we doing, guys? Moose here, back for episode 13 of our West Ham United crew mode. Thank you so much to everyone who has given suggestions on players to add to the short list, players that we should look at in the January transfer window. They have been added to the short list, and we have some big plans for January, so I can't wait to get that underway and try and bring in some of that hotly requested talent. But right now we're going to get back into a Capital One Cup fixture against Derby County. It's away. It's the quarterfinal. It's going to be a massive matchup, obviously, because it could be a bit of silverware if we end up getting a victory. It would be phenomenal. But you can see Derby, decent lineup. They're one of the best teams in the championship. Some really good young players: Will Hughes, Tom Ince. So some good solid players. Bradley Johnson as well. He's not on the young side, but he's a good solid player. So they have some decent players in their lineup. We're coming out with a very heavily rotated team, owing to the fact that we have some fixture congestion in the holiday period, and also it is a cup match, so I wanted to get all of the second teamers a chance to play games. So we have guys like Carroll, Zarate, Antonio, Valencia getting a chance to make an impact and see what they can do. But the team really making an impact early on was Derby. They were in hot form right from the off, and 9 minutes in, they beat Darren Randolph with an absolute laser beam into the roof of the net. And just like that, we are down 1-0. It's a fantastic finish. It was Tom Ince on the end of the goal. A guy who's been a bit of a nemesis for West Ham. He's a player that, his father used to play for West Ham. He went through a bit of a rough patch in which, fell out of favor, and so Tom Ince doesn't have the best feelings towards us, and so I'm sure he's happy when he does score. Obiang, though, with a good chance here, playing in Mikel Antonio. His shot's blocked, falls to Zarate on the rebound. It's a good save by the goalkeeper, Carson Darby, as we look to bring the game back to square one. Antonio then again on the wing, whips the ball and looking for the head of Andy Carroll. It comes off the post. It nearly squeezes its way into the goal from the cross. It would have been unbelievable, but unfortunately doesn't find the back end. And another poor chance. Oxford gives the ball away to Tom Ince. Bradley Johnson comes forward, and that is an absolute stunner, a peach of a finish. He hits it with his laces from about 18 yards out, dead center of the top of the box, and puts it into the side angle. Poor giveaway by our youngster, Reese Oxford. He'll learn in time. It's a good thing it's only a cup match, but what a finish that is from Bradley Johnson. He just smashes it into the side angle, and just like that, we're really behind the 8 ball. 2-0. Huge save by Randolph to keep things from going to 3-0. Great ball in from Ince, but it's a very good save by our keeper. And on the stroke of halftime, Mikel Antonio ranging forward, finds Andy Carroll with the ball. He plays Enter Valencia through 1-2-3 passing. Valencia just has to finish it, and he does. A lovely composed finish from Enter. Great goal, and we're right back into things on the stroke of halftime. He cuts the deficit in half with a really good finish. And that's what we need to see from Valencia, because you'll note when I showed the short list last episode, Briel Donald Mbolo was on it. He's about the same rating as Valencia. He's a couple years younger, and I thought, that could be a swap that we could be looking to make happen. Let me know in the comments if you think we should do it, because Valencia has really been underwhelming. It's his first goal, I think, all season right there. It's a massive goal to get us back in the fixture, but it is only against Derby. He hasn't been doing it in the Premier League, so we'll have to see. But good chance then for Andy Carroll, but the Derby keeper does make another very nice save. Good chance again as we are dominating here at the start of the second half. Andy Carroll lays out wide into Mark Noble. He's going to strike it, but it's straight down the throat of the Derby keeper, and unfortunately we haven't found that breakthrough goal. But Derby looking to put us out of reach with a great strike. Bent with a good save, forces a good save from Randolph, but the rebound is put away by the Derby man, and just like that, it's back to a 2-goal deficit. We have 25 minutes to try and cut this lead, take the whole thing back and send it into extra time if we can, but it's looking very tough. Derby's hit us well on the counterattack, and they do take advantage yet again. But another good chance in the 72nd minute. Mara Zarate cutting forward from the wing, floats in looking for Carroll. His header just doesn't have the power in it they usually expect out of an Andy Carroll header, and it's a simple save for the keeper. Another chance for Jelavic, now who's come on as a substitute, trying to get, it's about only the second or third game he's played all season. Give him a chance, but unfortunately he can't find the back of the goal. But from the ensuing corner, Noble whips the ball on, looking for the head. Kiyate scoots past everybody. Antonio takes 2 touches, and that's a lovely finish. So both of our wingers have in fact scored a goal in this particular matchup. Valencia with the opener, and then Mikel Antonio, lovely control. That's the second time he's finished a goal from a ball out wide where he's taking a couple touches. He had one in preseason that was very beautiful, but that's a lovely touch. He basically juggles the ball twice and then toe pokes it in the back, and that's a lovely finish from the former Nottingham Forest, man, and it's a goal that's got us back in the game. Nearly find the equalizer there. It's a great header, but unfortunately the Derby keeper does make one final save late on stoppage time, and that would be all she wrote. We're out of the Capital One Cup. Bryson's goal is what does us in, and it's disappointing to go out of the cup. It's a bit of silver where we could have won. Obviously, I thought we deserved it. We outshot them, outpossessed them. Man of the match for me had to be Enner Valencia. I thought he finally showed up and had a fantastic performance. 2 points in the man of the match winning for Noble and 1 point for the winger Michael Antonio. And you can see the formation we actually finished with. 3 at the back, 2 in holding midfield, and then 5 up front given everything they had. So we were all out of attack. We just couldn't find that third goal to send it into extra time. Unfortunately, we are out of the cup, as you can see, in the quarterfinal stage. Teams going through are going to be Newcastle, Derby, Manchester United, and Watford. So one of them will walk away with the Capital One Cup trophy. Disappointing for us not to win, but now we can focus a bit more. We'll have the Premier League the rest of the way, and of course the FA Cup, which we'll jump into in January. So 2 big things we still have to focus on. Next, coming up, we do have a Premier League match against Swansea City. Jonjo Shelvey, you can see there, the West Ham fan. He's a lifelong West Ham boy. It'd be great to bring him back to the team, but unfortunately, he wouldn't really have a spot with Payet and Lanzini and all the great attacking midfielders we do have now. But that said, we want to go away to the Liberty Stadium. It's a tough place to play. Swansea, though, are really, really struggling this year. You take a look at the table. They're currently sitting in the relegation places on just 15 points from 16 matches, whereas we are top of the league table right now. Best goal difference in the league. We've been playing phenomenally, and hopefully we can add 3 more points and add another scalp to our collection this year, Swansea away. Decent lineup. Mishu, who obviously has been released by Swansea in real life, he's out of favor, but some good players. Sigurdsson, Andre Ayew, who was heavily linked with West Ham in the summer, ended up going to Swansea, but a couple of really, really dangerous players we're going to have to contend with, whereas we've brought our full starting lineup back. Songs come in for Noble and holding midfield. Otherwise, Lanzini, Payet, Moses, Sacco, all of the usual boys are in the lineup and looking to come away with a massive 3 points. And we do start off very brightly. Cheku Kiyate on the ball, finds into Dimitri Payet, lays it back through to Kiyate. He strikes him from about 19 yards, but unfortunately his shot is deflected and falls simply into the hands of the Swansea keeper. But another really good chance here. Payet on the ball. He plays it through to Diafra, turns inside defender. He beats the captain, Ashley Williams, comes in, strikes it at goal. He's hit it with so much power and ferocity. No chance for the keeper, and Diafra off on another great start. He's been in blistering form lately. We talked about last episode, he had a goal in each game, and now he scored another screamer. Lovely strike on his weaker foot, and just like that, we do take the advantage in the 24th minute. Saka now 4 goals in the Premier League, so he's slowly and surely starting to heat up. Hopefully continue that form into January and in through the rest of the season after really struggling in the first half of the campaign. But Swansea decide, you know what, we've fallen a goal behind, we're going to throw pedal to the metal. Jonjo Shelvey creating another really good chance, dances inside the defense, and luckily for us, I think Adrian just barely tips it onto the post to keep the ball out. But 42nd minute now, Lanzini out on the wing, lovely little roulette to skip around Tabanu. Great bit of play from Lanzini, tries to lay it back, looking for Kiyate, who slides in, and at the last ditch moment, it's defended by a Swansea player. Another chance in the 47th minute now. Dimitri Payet, the man, the myth, the legend. He's won a penalty. Payet's done ever so well. He's gone down just inside the box. He's been brought down. It's a definite foul, and I think it was Ayew, the man who actually gives it away. They've known each other from playing in France together, but Payet strikes it, and unfortunately, it's a great save by the Swansea keeper. You expected Payet to score. He's been perfect in pretty much every aspect this season, but he does have a penalty save, and it gives Swansea a chance to get back to the game as Ayew whips the ball in. Ashley Williams rises like a salmon. He gets first head to the ball, and it's in the back of the net, and it equalizes, and you can see just the turn of events there, how things have changed. We go from Dimitri Payet possibly giving us a 2-0 advantage to Swansea leveling things up in the 52nd minute. Bray now creating another chance. He tries to dance inside to Angelo Ball. He dives in too early, strikes it at goal, and thankfully Adrian with some strong hands keeps the ball at the back of the net. But Shelvey plays a lovely 1-2 with Jack Cord. Flicked over the top to Mishu, who strikes on half volley. It comes off the post, and it's a simple tap in for Mishu on the rebound. It's another, I'll tell you what, on Legendary this year, I can't complain enough about it, but it's just, it's rebounds all day. The keepers will make so many great saves, and then they'll miss one. It'll get tipped on the post or what have you, and they always score the rebound. It comes right back to their feet. It's a tough way to give up a goal. especially when I thought we were having a better run of the play. But Swansea dominated this second half. Another chance late on as DEMISE's header comes off the bar. He's come on for Mishu, and it's another really good chance for Swansea. We're on the back foot. We're really struggling, and now we finally pile some pressure on the 84th minute. Aaron Cresswell on the ball. Lays it into Dimitri Payet. He decides to strike it from range, and it's a good save again by the Swansea keeper. Payet trying to make up for that missed penalty, and that, oh no, Alex Song, he's already on a yellow. He's trying to win the ball back. We know we need to come back, and he is shown his marching papers. A second yellow for Alex Song from holding midfield, and unfortunately, he will be sent off. We're going to be man down. It looks like we are going to lose our second game of the episode. We might be losing them both here. Late on, we do win a free kick. Payet to whip it in, finds the head of Andy Carroll, and it's a great save by the Swansea keeper. I think it was Valencia actually got a head on it in front of Carroll, but either way, great save by the Swansea keeper trying to hold them in the game. Adrian coming up now as we need to find that equalizer. Payet to whip the ball, and we're crowding the box. We got 7, 8 men in there looking to find that goal that will at least give us a share of the points that we feel like we deserve. But Payet ball in, Valencia's header's down and saved, and that is it. Swansea come away with a 2-1 victory. Sacco's goal nullified by an Ashley Williams header, and then Mishu's rebounded finish gives Swansea City the win. And on the balance of the play, I guess you have to say Swansea, they outshot us completely. They outpossessed us. They really took advantage at home and played very, very well. Man of the match for me was Diafra Sacco. I thought he was great up top, did phenomenally. Ogbonna in the center defense I thought played very, very well. And 1 point has to go to Adrian, who really kept us in the game, no doubt about it. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it. As always, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know anybody else you think we should throw on the short list, as we have just one episode until we get into the January transfer window. But as always, guys, thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.